Hi everyone! So I realized the other day that I always forget to introduce myself for people that may have never taken my classes before, so I guess I'll do that right now while everyone's logging on. My name is Bobbie and I'm a yoga teacher here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And right now I'm at Crux Chiropractic where I teach my online yoga classes every week. Tonight's Yoga for Cyclists class, you will need 2 blocks. If you don't have 2 blocks, you could get 2 books about this size. You can kind of see here. Also, just want to make sure my camera's in a good spot. Okay, looks like it is. And also, if you don't have 2 blocks or 2 books, you could use like a pillow or 2 or a bolster or like a couple blankets just to get some height underneath the upper back for the first posture of class. Yeah, before we get started, take my socks off, I forgot. So we're going to get started in supported fish pose. So you will take your 2 blocks or books on any height that you'd like. I like to put this first one that goes underneath the shoulder blades on this medium height and the second one that goes underneath the head on the lowest height. So this one will go like right at the bottom of the shoulder blades. The bottom edge of this block should be right at the bottom of the shoulder blades. And then this one just goes right underneath the head. You can also do this with just 1 block. And then you can have your legs lengthened out long in front of you, or maybe if you'd like to open up your hips, which is very likely if you're a cyclist, you might need to open up the hips a little bit. You can bring the soles of the feet together and the knees open wide. And then once you've settled in, if you don't have both 2 blocks and pillows, you can bring a couple, or 2 blocks and 2 books. You can bring a couple pillows, blankets, or a bolster underneath the shoulder blades just to get some height underneath the heart to start to open the shoulders up a little bit. And then once you've gotten settled in, you can let the eyes close, let the face relax, and just start to bring your awareness to your breath. Not changing it quite yet, just noticing and observing. Not making any attachments or judgments. Today's class is going to be Gemini themed because Gemini season starts tomorrow. So all my classes this week will be Gemini themed. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Gemini. But let's start to focus on my breath a little bit more. Start to deepen and lengthen the inhales. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose, making your inhales as long as your exhales, and your exhales as long as your inhales. About 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Filling up the lungs completely with every inhale, and then emptying them out completely on every exhale. Really feeling the belly pull in towards the spine at the bottom of your exhales. Feeling the belly rise and the chest rise with your inhales. And then let go of anything that happened before you came to your mat today and anything that might happen after. So you're completely present in this moment on your mat. While you're focusing on your breath, let's just talk about Gemini a little bit. So the symbol for Gemini is the twins. And the planet associated with Gemini is Mercury, the planet of communication. The body parts associated with Gemini are the shoulders, arms, hands, lungs, and nervous system. So we're going to be doing a lot of shoulder openers, which is really good for cyclists, especially since as a cyclist, your arms are always forward, so we're going to do that opposite motion and really pull the shoulders back. And then do a lot of arm strengthening poses since We work on our legs a lot as cyclists, so it's nice to give them a break and work on the arm strength a little bit. And of course, I'll always add in a lot of quad stretches and hip openers and hamstring stretches. And then we'll do a little bit of pranayama at the end of class. The element associated with Gemini is air. So I have a plan to go into an arm balance towards the end of class, which you do not have to take if you don't feel comfortable taking arm balances. It's just an option, just something to play around with. You can always take child's pose or lay down and just sit down at any moment if you're feeling too tired, or you're just not feeling yoga day. Shavasana is a good pose to take. All right, the colors associated with Gemini are yellow, light green, or any other bright color. Its quality is mutable, and mutable signs come at the end of every season, and they help prepare you for the changing season and for changes in general. The polarity of this sign is masculine, and some words associated with this sign, some words that might pop up into your head as you're practicing class today. Dual, versatile, communication, collaboration, wittiness, inventiveness, ingenuity, charming, wise, adventurous. Gemini season is a time to connect with people since it's the sign of communication. So maybe contact someone you haven't talked to in a while, or I guess right now a lot of people haven't seen or talked to anyone in a while, so it would be a good time to go online and see if you can get a hold of someone, either on like FaceTime or maybe even on the phone, whatever you want to do. Just keep communicating with people. Or maybe it's you're having trouble communicating in a relationship, so you should try to work on that. It's also a time for you to prepare yourself for change, the season changing, and maybe even a big change in your life. And right now, with COVID and everything going on, a lot of people are seeing some big changes in their lives. So change is not always a bad thing. It can be a good thing in this kind of negative thing. How can you change it into something positive? All right, so take a few more deep breaths here in your supported fish pose. So you feel the chest really open up, the shoulders open, the hips open if you've taken the Baddha Konasana version with the knees open wide. And then when you're ready, you can blink the eyes open, bring the hands to the outer thighs if you brought the legs out wide, and use your hands to help you bring the knees towards one another. Then from here, carefully roll off to one side, just so you're able to remove the blocks out of your way. And make your way back onto your back. Reach the legs out long in front of you, and then the arms up overhead. You're going to grab your left wrist with your right hand and scoot your upper body over towards the right, and the legs also over towards the right. Keep that left shoulder grounded. Maybe look over your left shoulder if that feels okay under your neck. You can also cross this left ankle over your right for a little bit deeper side body stretch. And really send your breath into your left side body. And then from here, walk yourself through center. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand this time. Scoot your upper body towards the left, then the legs towards the left. Keep that right shoulder and the right hip grounded. Maybe look over the right shoulder if that feels okay on your neck. Maybe cross your right ankle over your left ankle for a bit deeper of a side body stretch. And then send your breath into the right side body. Banana pose. I don't know if that's the actual name of this pose, but it's kind of what it looks like, and I like to call it that. So we're going to go with that. Or you can call it banana asana. come through center. From here, you're going to hug your knees into your chest. Just rock a little bit from side to side. And then bring your arms up to a T. Palms face the sky. Arms should be about shoulder height. Bring the legs to about 90-degree bend. Shins parallel with the earth. Take an inhale. As you exhale, gently let your legs fall over to the left side. Keep that right shoulder grounded. Maybe look over your right shoulder if that feels okay on your neck. You can also bring this left hand to your right outer thigh to kind of help you deepen the stretch a little bit. Try to send your breath deep into your belly so that the belly rises with your inhale and then lowers or contracts with your exhale. On your next inhale, bring your legs back through center and then exhale them over to the right side. Look over your left shoulder if it feels okay on your neck. Make sure to keep that left shoulder grounded. Maybe bring your right hand to the outer left thigh. And use your entire lung capacity with your breath. Inhale the legs back through center. And from here, we're going to start to warm up the core a little bit. So you bring your legs back to that 90-degree angle. Really keep the toes together, but spread the knees open wide a little bit. So we're going to be working our way into crow later. So we're going to kind of do like a flipped over upside down version of crow for core work. So you're going to bring your hands like this, about like a 90-ish degree bend of the arms, kind of like you're pressing your palms up on the ceiling. But then you're going to try to lift your shoulder blades, keep the head lifted, and bring your elbows towards your knees. Try not to lift the tailbone up off the ground too much. Really try to use your core to help you bring your heart and head up. So we'll do that a few more times. Take an inhale at the bottom, exhale, curl it. Inhale, back, exhale, curl it. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep that chin lifted off your chest. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, lift, inhale, exhale. Keep those legs engaged, keep those arms engaged, keep moving with your breath. Just a few more times. Keep pulling that belly in towards the spine. And it looks kind of weird. And then lower your back, onto the ground. Lower the soles of the feet onto the mat so the knees point up towards the sky. Walk your feet in, so maybe you're able to brush the backs and the heels with your fingertips. Kind of squeeze your legs towards one another so that, you want your knees to be about hip width distance apart, not splaying out to the sides and not squeezing right next to each other. So find that balance in between where your knees are about hip width distance apart. Bring the hands to the earth, and then on an inhale, you're going to start to lift the hips up towards the sky, making your way into bridge pose. Try not to move your head from side to side. Keep squeezing your knees in. Maybe tuck your shoulder blades underneath a little more so that you're able to interlace the hands. A few more deep breaths here. And then lower yourself down from the upper back, middle back, lower back. And we'll do that one more time. So on your next inhale, press into the palms, press into the soles of the feet. So lift the hips up. Hug those shoulder blades underneath the back. Maybe interlace the hands. Try to put opposite thumb on top this time. Squeeze the knees towards one another so your knees aren't splaying out to the sides. Really lift your heart up. Lift your chin away from your chest. And then release the hands if you've interlaced them. And lower, starting from the upper back, middle back, lower back. Then from here, we're just going to start to walk up and down, rock up and down the spine a few times. Massaging out the spine. Eventually making your way to hands and knees. So you bring your hands right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. We're just going to stretch out the wrists a little bit because we're going to be on the hands a lot today, so it could make the wrists sore. So we're going to start by spinning the hands around so the fingers are pointing back towards your thighs, and then lean backward. Really keep spreading those fingers nice and wide. I like to walk my knees in a little bit so I'm able to sit on my heels. But keep the heels of the hands grounded. Keep spreading the fingers. You should feel a nice stretch in the wrist right here, the forearm. And then you'll flip your hands over so that the backs of the hands are on the floor. Fingers are still pointing back towards the knees. And then lean back once again. Keep spreading those fingers nice and wide. And now stretching out the fronts of the wrists. And then maybe come to sit on your heels for just a moment. Bring your hands into fists. Just do a couple circles in both directions. Maybe interlace the hands, do like a little wavy thing in both directions. Then you can interlace the hands again to make a fist and just kind of do some circly things. I don't know what this is. These are just like stretches that I used to do in gymnastics. That really helps with my wrists. And then shake them out a little bit. And then make your way back to hands and knees. Hands right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. On an inhale, lift the heart, lift the hips, let the belly sink, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, look down towards your thighs, towards your navel. Inhale, extend into cow. Exhale, flexion cat. Moving with your breath, with every inhale, fill up the lungs completely. Lift the gaze, and every exhale, empty them out completely. Look down towards your thighs. We'll do one more round. And then on your next inhale, come to a neutral tabletop position, neutral spines. Really pull that belly in, press your hands into the ground to lift the back, heart space up towards the sky. Keep your knees above your hips, or keep your hips above your knees, sorry. And then start to walk the hands out in front of you, melting your heart towards the earth. On a Hatasana, heart melting pose or a puppy pose, the forehead can be towards the earth, or on a prop, or if you live in a more open body, maybe your chin and chest touch the earth. Inhale to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press into the right palm and lift the left arm up towards the sky. And then inhale, exhale, thread that left arm under. Come onto the left side of the face, left shoulder. This right hand can stay right in front of the face, or maybe it walks out long in front of you, or wraps behind the low back. Send your breath deep into your belly. And then bring that right hand back in front of your face if it's not there already. Press into the right palm. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, release it down. Press into the left palm. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread that right arm through underneath. Come onto the right shoulder, right side of the face. Either walk the fingertips up in front of you or wrap the hand behind the low back. Maybe hooking those fingertips around that right thigh. Send your breath deep into your belly. Bring that left hand back in front of the face if it's not there already. Press into the left palm and inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, lower. Walk the hands about a handprint in front of where they were. Tuck your toes underneath and lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Start to pedal through the feet a little bit. Squeeze your belly in towards your spine. Maybe sway the hips. Warming up the first downward dog of class. And then come to a neutral down dog for just a moment. A couple breaths. Really press into those palms. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Maybe you can try to almost like crawl back to lift your hips up towards the sky. If you feel like your upper body is rounding forward like this, you can bring a deep bend in the knees so you really get that length in your spine. Then on the inhale, roll your shoulders over your wrists, making your way into your plank pose. You can always lower the knees if you need. Really press into the palms to lift that back part space up towards the sky. Reach the heels back and the crown of the head forward. Pull the belly in and lengthen the tailbone back. And here, take an inhale. Then as you exhale, you're going to lower left forearm, right forearm. Then lift back up on an inhale, left hand, right hand. Now right forearm, left forearm. Right hand, left hand. And this can also always be done on the knees. Left forearm, right forearm, left hand, right hand. Right forearm, right hand, left hand. Left forearm, right, left hand, right hand. A couple more times, you're almost there. Right forearm, right hand, left forearm, right forearm, hold. Press into the forearms, lift that back heart space up, lengthen the tailbone back, reach the heels back and the crown of the head forward. Remember to breathe. Hopefully you're feeling some heat build up in your body. And then you're going to start to walk the feet in, reach the hips up towards the sky, press into the forearms to reach the heart back. Dolphin pose. For just a few breaths. And then walk the feet back to your forearm plank for a second, and then lower the hips. Sphinx pose. Untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet into the mat, lengthen the tailbone back, reach the heart forward. You can stay right here for a nice bonus quad stretch. You can bend the right knee, reach back for your right foot with your right hand. Start to square the shoulders back off to this top edge of your mat. Just keep lengthening the tailbone back. Exhale, carefully release and switch sides. Bend the left knee, reach back with your left hand for your left foot. Start to square the shoulders off to the top of your mat. Keep pressing into the right forearm. Roll your shoulder blades down your back and lengthen the tailbone back. Exhale, carefully release. Lower the forehead towards the earth. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and squeeze the elbows in towards your sides. As hard as you can. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the head and heart. Maybe the hands. Baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the head and heart. Press into the palms, coming into full cobra. Keep those hips grounded. Shoulders roll down the back. Squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, lower. Bring the arms out wide. Bring your hands up onto their fingertips. On the inhale, lift the head heart. As you exhale, dip the left shoulder down, look over the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, right shoulder down, look over the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, lower. From here, bring the hands through the low ribs. Keep squeezing those elbows in. Maybe you move through child's pose to your downward facing dog, or you can tuck the toes underneath. Really squeeze everything in really tight. Press up through a push-up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, and then walk to the top of your mat. Bring the feet right underneath the hips, and just let the body hang over your legs. Sorry, I keep messing with my leggings, but apparently these leggings suck and keep falling down. So I'm sorry if I move anyone. From here, maybe grab opposite elbows, and maybe you find a little movement, bending through one knee and then the other. Let the head and neck relax completely. Maybe shake your head yes and no. Then from here, just use clasp opposite elbows, release the arms down, bring it deep into the knees, and slowly start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Shoulder blades roll down and back, and the head comes up last. Spin the palms open, Tadasana. So I just want to check the time to make sure. If your watch time, that's okay. All right. Hopefully I don't go too far over because I don't know what time it is now. From here, you can have the feet hips width distance or together, whatever feels best in your body. You're going to interlace the hands behind the low back. Reach the hands down. Inhale the heart up. As you exhale, hinge from your hips. Forward fold. Keep those hands interlaced. Reach those arms forward to open up the shoulders. And from here, you'll bend in your left knee. Look over your right shoulder. Exhale through center. Inhale, bend the right knee. Look over the left shoulder. Exhale through center. Carefully release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Find length in your spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms. Step back, plank. Take an inhale in your plank. As you exhale, lower. Squeeze the elbows in halfway down. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. As you exhale, lower back into your chaturanga. Press up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here we're coming into all those arm strengthening poses. On an inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right knee, open up your head. Maybe do a couple leg circles in both directions. Then straighten that right leg, square off your hips, take an inhale. As you exhale, squeeze your right knee in towards your right tricep, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, extend, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze the knee in towards your nose. Inhale, extend, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee crosses under towards your left tricep. Inhale, extend, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right knee, right foot through in between your hands. Lower the back knee. You can keep the toes tucked or untuck them. Make sure your knee is right above your ankle. If it's coming forward like this, you can just use this hand to help you step your foot forward a little more. Inhale to lift the heart. As you exhale, shift your hips back, lift your right toes up, fold. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, shift the hips back and fold. This time, hold. So since Gemini, the symbol for Gemini is the twins, I usually like to do things in threes, but I'm going to try to do things in twos for twins. Then on the inhale, bend the front knee, reach the heart forward, plant the left hand down, right arm reaches up on the inhale. Exhale to wrap this right arm under your right leg, over your left shoulder. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, cross it under, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Either stay right here or bend the left knee, reach back for your left foot with your right hand. Quad stretch. Really, wherever you're at, really spin that heart open towards the sky. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. And remember to breathe. release the back foot if you had it. Then bring the hands to frame the front foot for just a moment. Really ground through that back leg and the front foot. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. From here, you're going to interlace the hands behind your low back. Reach the palms down, reach the hands down, lift the heart up. Keep squeezing the navel in. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the earth. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another so you're not sinking into the hips. Release the hands, inhale the arms up towards the sky, then bring the hands to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then reach that right leg up, three-legged up. Lower the right leg back to the earth, and then move through your vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, back to your chaturanga. Inhale, press up, push up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths in your down dog. And I'm just going to grab my phone so I can keep good track of the time so I don't go too far over since my watch died. All right. From your downward facing dog on your next inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Bend the left knee, open the hip. Maybe do a couple leg circles in both directions. Square off the hips, straighten that back leg. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hug your left knee in towards your left tricep. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hug your knee towards your nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cross that leg under towards your right tricep or elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, step that left foot through in between the hands. Lower the back knee. Make sure your knee is right above your ankle. On an inhale, or take an inhale to lift the heart. Then exhale, shift the hips back, toes lift. Inhale, reach your heart forward, bend through the front knee. Exhale, shift the hips back, toes lift, and this time hold. A few breaths. Breathing nice and deep. Reaching that heart forward, trying to keep a nice long spine. Inhale, bend through the front knee, lift the heart, plant the right palm. On your next inhale, lift the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, hug your left leg with your left arm, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Exhale, hug your leg, over the right shoulder. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Either stay right here, bend the right knee. Reach back for your right foot with your left hand. Wherever you're at, whichever version of this twist you're in, really try to spin that heart open and roll the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale to carefully release the back foot. If you had it in your hand, bring both hands to frame the front foot. Really ground through the back leg and the front foot. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. Anjaneyasana. Really squeeze your inner thighs towards one another so you're not just dumping into your hips. Right? Really keep those legs nice and active. Engage the abdomen to lengthen the tailbone down. Then on an exhale, interlace the hands behind your low back. Try to bring opposite thumb on top than you did before. Inhale to lift the heart. Reach those hands down. Open the heart. Open the shoulders. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale them up overhead. And then exhale, bring the hands to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Hug this left foot in and then shoot it up and back. Three-legged dog. Lower the left leg down. Then inhale, roll to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, back to your chaturanga. Press up on an inhale. Exhale, Downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths here. Maybe even take child's pose for a few breaths. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm. Wanting this to be a nice energizing class because Geminis are usually very energetic people. And when you're ready, if you're in your child's pose, make your way back to your downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, either step, maybe lightly hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now just add on a little bit. It's kind of the same flow, we're just going to switch it up a little bit. Right after I move the mat, as it looks to move back. Okay. Interlace the hands behind your low back. Try to do opposite thumb on top than you did the last time at the beginning of the last flow. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Reach those hands overhead. Then from here, bend through the right knee, look over your left shoulder. Exhale from center. Inhale, bend the left knee, look over your right shoulder. Exhale from center. Release the hands and inhale, halfway lift from lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant the palms on either step. Maybe lightly hop back to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward downward cobra. Exhale, back to your chaturanga. Inhale, press up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach that right leg up towards the sky. Bend your right knee, open up. Square off your hips. Straighten that back leg. Take an inhale. As you exhale, reach your right knee towards your right tricep. Maybe even take a little push-up. Inhale, or exhale, inhale back. Three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze your right knee towards your nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross that knee under towards your right left elbow. Maybe take a push-up here. It's a little hard. Exhale, inhale back. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right foot through in between your hands. Make sure your right knee is right above your right ankle. Ground through that back heel. Toes turn in about 45 degrees. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. Warrior one. Square those hips off. So right hip goes back, left hip forward. Reach that left heel back. And then interlace the hands behind the low back. Reach your palms down, heart lifts. Exhale, fold to the inside of your front leg. Warrior, your humble warrior. Inhale to make your way halfway up. Keep leaning the heart forward. Release that back heel. Find your drishti, a spot in front of you that's not moving. And step that left foot up. Carefully, try not to lose your balance. It's okay if you do. Warrior three, with hands interlaced. Woo. And bend through that front knee. Interlace the hands. Reach the arms up for a moment. Bring the hands to frame the front foot. Hug that right knee in and shoot it back. Three-legged dog. Lower the back leg. And move through your vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward or cobra. Exhale, back to your chaturanga. Inhale, push up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths here. And on an inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Bend the left knee, open the hip. Straighten that back leg, square off your hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Maybe push up. Inhale back. Exhale, squeeze it in toward your nose. Inhale, reach that left leg back. Exhale, cross it under. Maybe push up. Inhale back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that left foot through. In between the hands. Ground through the back heel. Toes turn in at about a 45-degree angle. Inhale the arms up. Warrior one. Interlace the hands behind the low back. Try to do opposite palm on top. Inhale, lifts the heart. As you exhale, fold to the inside of your left leg. Keep squaring off those hips. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Reach those arms overhead. Then on an inhale, lift up about halfway. Heart reaches forward. Release the back heel. Find your drishti. Ground through that front foot and gently lift that right leg up. Keep your hips nice and square. Engage your right leg. Toes flex down towards the ground. Then bend through that front knee. Reach those right toes back. Inhale, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Hug the left knee, foot in. And reach it up and back, three-legged dog. Lower the left foot down. And then move through one more vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward or cobra. Exhale, back to chaturanga. Inhale, push up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the knees to the earth. Big toes touch. Knees either come wide or together. Arms reach out in front of you. Hips reach back towards the heels. Head reaches towards the earth. Maybe the arms reach back towards the feet. Child's pose. Come back to your breath. Feel your heartbeat start to slow back down. And then whenever you're ready, you can take a peek up at the screen. If you have a block, you may want to use it, but you don't have to. And we're going to start to work into crow pose. So crow pose is the arm balance that pretty much everyone starts out with. And you may not get it today, you may not get it ever, and that's totally fine. You may not even want to try it today, so you can just take child's pose. But if you'd like to try it, you can start by bringing your hands out in front of you about shoulder width apart. You tuck the toes, start to lift the hips, walk your knees in towards your elbows as close as you can. Start to bend the elbows. Start to bring your gaze forward. Bring your weight into your hands. And this might be where you end up, and this is totally fine. Maybe you start to lift one knee, maybe you lift the other, or maybe you just switch one leg, the other leg. Really keep squeezing the belly in and keep your gaze forward. That'll help you stay lifted. Squeeze your knees, your belly, lift your hips, and then carefully make your way back down. If you'd like to try that a few more times, you can. You can also use the block to step on. It kind of gives you a little more height to help you hug those knees in towards your armpits. Bring the hands out in front of you and do the same thing. But this time you have a little height, so you're already slightly lifted. Remember to keep breathing. Try not to hold the breath and always keep the gaze forward. Because when you start to bring the gaze down, is when you start to fall. But at least you're not too far from the ground. So if you do fall, it shouldn't be too bad. Everyone does it, and it's okay. All right. Once you're done with your crow pose, make your way back into your child's pose. Big toes touch, knees either come wide or together. Arms reach out long in front of you. Forehead reaches down towards the ground. Here on an inhale, lift the head up slightly. Then exhale, walk the hands to the right. Reach the left sit bone back. Reach the forehead back down towards the earth. Spin that left shoulder down towards the earth. So get a nice stretch in the left side body. Inhale, walks you through center and over to the right side on an exhale. Reach the forehead back down towards the earth. Reach that right sit bone back towards your right heel. Spin that right shoulder down slightly so you really feel that stretch in your right side body. Inhale, come through center or into center this time. Lift the head slightly for just a moment to watch what I'm doing. You're going to bring the palms together and then bend the elbows, lower the head back down, reach the hands back towards the nape of your neck. Namaste, sharply. Feel a nice stretch in the triceps and upper shoulders. Keep reaching the hips back. You can kind of walk the elbows forward a little bit to deepen the stretch. And maybe walk them towards one another to deepen it a little more. And then do the opposite to stretch it out a little less, right? Less of a stretch. That's what I'm trying to say. And then inhale, bring the hands back out in front of you and start to walk your hands back in towards the center line. You can come to sit up on your heels or maybe take a comfortable cross-legged seat. Maybe if you're sitting up on your heels, bring a block underneath the sit bones in between the heels, or a pillow or bolster, just something to give you a little height to sit up taller. You can do the same thing by bringing this block underneath the sit bones if you're sitting cross-legged, or a bolster or blanket or pillow. Just so you can sit up nice and tall. We're going to do a little bit of pranayama or breath work before we start to cool down a little more. So the breath work we're going to take today is called Sitali pranayama, and it's a cooling breath, and it also soothes the nervous system, since Gemini is associated with the nervous system as well as shoulders and lungs and arms. So from here, I'll demonstrate at first. It's kind of weird and not everyone can actually do this pranayama because you have to be able to stick out your tongue and then roll the edges of your tongue towards one another, kind of making like a little straw with your tongue. So here, I'll come forward so you can kind of see it a little more. This is the shape your tongue is going to make. So if you're unable to make that shape with your tongue, just take deep breaths. 5 count inhale, hold at the top. 5 count exhale, hold at the bottom. So that's how we'll be breathing, and then I'll show you. All right, so I'll demonstrate it first. So you're going to inhale for 5 counts through the little tongue straw, or whatever you want to call it. Hold for 2 seconds, and then exhale through the nose. So I'll demonstrate first. And it's just like that. All right, so I'm gonna start out by counting, and I can't do the breath and count at the same time. So I'll just count for you. So get ready, roll your tongue if you can. Inhale through the tongue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, bring the tongue in, hold the breath. 1, 2. Exhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Inhale through your tongue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Exhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Inhale through the tongue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Exhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Now just keep going on your own, and I will start to practice with you. Just need to get a drink of water. All right, and now begin. And then just breathe normal for a few breaths. And then from here, you can move any props off to the side and make your way onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest for just a moment. Then lower the soles of the feet onto the earth. We'll end with a few hip openers. These hip openers are always good for when you ride your bike a lot. They're good for anyone. And from here, cross that right ankle over your left thigh. Press that right knee out. You can either stay right here if this is enough of a stretch, or start to bring the legs in. Thread the right arm through, interlace the hands either behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the earth. Make sure to keep these right toes nice and flexed and engaged to help protect your knee and ankle joints. You may even use this right elbow to slightly gently press that right knee out towards the right a little bit. Breathe deep into your belly and feel that stretch in your right outer hip, your right glute, right outer thigh. Then from here, bring your arms out to a T, shoulder height, palms face the sky. Your legs are going to keep this figure four shape. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let the legs gently fall over to the left side so that right sole of the foot lands on the earth, left outer leg. Press that right knee up toward the sky. Maybe you can use your left hand to help you do that. Keep the right shoulder grounded. Maybe use your left hand to grab onto your right foot. Maybe look over your right shoulder if that feels okay on your neck. Send your breath deep into your belly. From here, bring your legs back through center, uncross them. Bring the soles of the feet back onto the earth. Cross the left ankle over right thigh. Keep those left toes nice and flexed to protect your knee and ankle joints. Press that left knee out. Either stay right here Or start to bring those legs in towards you. Interlace the hands either behind the right thigh or in front of the left shin. You might use that left elbow to gently press that left knee out a little more. Keep lengthening the tailbone down towards the earth. And send your breath into that left outer hip, left glutes, left outer thigh. Then from here, bring the arms out to a T once again. Keep the legs in this figure four shape. Take an inhale. As you exhale, the legs gently fall to the right side, so the left sole of the foot lands on the earth, and the right outer leg lands on the earth. Press that left knee up towards the sky. Maybe you can use your right hand to help you do so. Keep the left shoulder grounded. Maybe look over the left shoulder if it feels okay under your neck. You may even use this right hand to grab the left foot, but keep pressing that left knee up towards the sky. Try not to let it fall in. Send your breath deep into your belly. Then on an inhale, bring your legs back through center, uncross them. Bend the knees at about a 90-degree angle. Bring the knees towards each shoulder. Flex your feet so the soles of the feet are pointing up towards the sky. Lengthen the tailbone down. The hands can either come to the backs of the thighs, the outer calves, the outer ankles. You can either bring peace fingers around the big toes or bring the hands around the outer feet. Keep lengthening the tailbone down. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Happy baby. Maybe straighten one leg at a time. Maybe straighten both legs. Keep lengthening that tailbone down wherever you're at. And then hug the knees into the chest. Give one more big squeeze. Lift the forehead up towards the knees. Inhale. And then exhale. Let it all go out through the mouth. Reach the legs out long in front of you. Arms down by the sides. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath your back. Tuck the chin slightly so the back of the neck is long. Relax your face. Let the eyes close. Relax the forehead, the jaw. Relax your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your belly, your legs, your feet. Start to let the breath return to its normal, natural state, letting go of any breath control. Shavasana. like to stay in your Shavasana longer, please do. But if you're ready to come out, start by deepening the breath. Bring small movements to the fingers and toes. Circle the ankles and wrists. Rock the head from side to side. Then reach the arms up overhead. Squeeze the legs together. Reach them out long in front of you. Hug the knees into your chest. And carefully roll over onto one side. Rest here for a moment. And then when you're ready, trying to keep the eyes closed or a soft gaze, make your way into a comfortable cross-legged seat at the top of your mat. Sit up nice and tall, taller than you have all day. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms touch at the top. Exhale through the mouth, hands to heart center. Bow the chin towards your heart. And take a moment to thank yourself for carving this time out of your day to practice yoga, to do something good for your body and your mind. And I thank you for joining me. I hope you can take the benefits from tonight's class onto your bikes and into the rest of your week, the rest of your month, the rest of whenever. Bring the thumb knuckles up to the third eye space. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to everyone that joined me. Remember, my yin and yang yoga class is also at a new time this week, but it's still on Thursday, this time at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Still at Crux. I will still be live streaming it on my YouTube channel right here. Remember to like and follow Crux on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're in Milwaukee, make an appointment here. Make a chiropractic appointment because they're awesome. And you should support local businesses, especially during this rough time. And also my Saturday class is still at the same time, Energizing Vinyasa at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. All my classes this week will be Gemini themed to celebrate Gemini season. So happy Gemini season. They're not going to be the same though. They're all going to be different because all my classes are always unique. Donate if you can. And thank you once again. Have a good night.